When engineering a freeway system, we are dependent upon metropolitan needs, traffic population, and other such entities as it concerns the citywide. Yeah, I'm right in the middle of talking about the city traffic system. Oh, not overpass. Passover, right? Passover. That is something. Give it a see what I did. I flipped it. All right, this is something completely different. I was not quite prepared. This is why we don't use these things, people. All right, I'm issuing a decree. No more posters. All right. So, we're not talking about the overpass, but lucky for you, we are talking about Passover on this episode of Chuck Knows Church. Whether you're Jewish or not, it's not a bad idea to know and understand the meaning of Passover, an important Jewish festival and one of the most widely observed Jewish holidays. Now, it commemorates the liberation by God from slavery in Egypt and the Israelites' birth as a nation over 3,300 years ago under the leadership of Moses. The Bible explains that God helped the children of Israel escape from slavery and oppression by inflicting 10 plagues upon the Egyptians before the Pharaoh would release the Israelite slaves. Now, the 10th and the worst of the plagues was the death of the Egyptian firstborn. Now, the Israelites were instructed to mark the doorpost of their homes with the blood of slaughtered spring lamb. Upon seeing this, the Spirit of the Lord knew to pass over the firstborn in these homes. And that, it's most commonly believed, is how the holiday got its name. Now remember too that Jesus is later referenced as this paschal spring lamb, right? Also, when the Pharaoh finally freed the Israelites, it is said that they left in such a hurry that they could not wait for the bread dough to rise or leaven. Now, in commemoration for the duration of Passover, no leavened bread is eaten, and for that reason, it's also called the Festival of the Unleavened Bread. And that's why matzo, or flat unleavened bread, is eaten during Passover and is a symbol of the holiday. Now, several biblical commandments concerning the Passover, or the Feast of the Unleavened Bread, stress the importance of remembering that account of slavery and oppression, including Exodus 13:3. Remember this day on which you came out of Egypt, out of the house of slavery, because the Lord brought you out from there by strength of hand. And the New Testament passage reminding us as Christians that our freedom from slavery and oppression is in Jesus. Paul writes in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 7 and 8, "For our paschal lamb Christ has been sacrificed for us. Therefore let us keep the feast, not with the old leaven, the leaven of malice and evil, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth." Paul reminding us again to be merciful towards those who are outsiders, as we too were once the enslaved and oppressed. If you'd like to learn more, be sure to ask your pastor. Tell them Chuck sent you.